ora everyone, and welcome to the ACE RMO 2026 Whanganui Hospital webinar. My name is Sam and I am the ACE RMO consultant. So today we are going to start off with an opening karakia, and then I'll give everyone a brief outline of what you can look forward to this afternoon.
O tēnā tātou, ka huri ki koutou ko tā mai nei runga te reo karanga, no mai ara mai o ka tau mai. Welcome everybody to our webinar. As was said before, I will start us with a karakia. Ai o ki te nuku, ai o ki te rangi, ko te kawa ora, ko te kawa ora, mauri ora kia tātou. Tēnā koutou. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you to our panelists for being here this afternoon, as well as for our attendees for joining online. It really is great to have you here. So before we move into our panelist introductions, I'll give you a brief outline of this afternoon. So we will start off with a really great video introduction, and then our panelists will take you through a presentation that will cover off some really key information about their district, the opportunities that are available, and you will also be able to hear directly from the district representatives and RMOs who will be able to share their experiences working at the hospital, and also maybe what you can expect on a day-to-day. Towards the end of the session, we will have an opportunity to ask questions, and then we'll close off with a closing karakia. So just a reminder to all our attendees, there is a Q&A icon above your screen, and you are welcome to post your questions throughout the webinar, but just to note that we will take a moment towards the end to answer those together. This really is a great opportunity to ask your questions and have them answered right on the spot.
I'm Ken Wilkins. I'm the recruitment consultant for Whanganui Hospital.
Kia ora, I'm Ned. I am cultural advisor and educator here at the hospital.
Kia ora, I'm Marjelle. I'm a PGY3.
Kia ora, I'm Riley. I'm one of the PGY2 doctors here.
Kia ora, I'm Tony, one of the PGY1s.
We really do appreciate you being here and sharing this valuable information with our soon-to-be graduates.
Greetings from Whanganui, greetings from our ancestral mountains, greetings from our river that flows to the sea, greetings from our people of this particular area, and greetings of course from our hospital, the Whanganui. We'd like to extend our welcome to you, having maybe a look or peek into who we are and what we are, so that maybe you will come to our hospital for your training purposes.
Kia ora, I'm Riley, one of the PGY2 doctors here, and this is what it's like to call Whanganui home. I love life here. Whanganui gives you space to breathe, explore, and actually enjoy what's around you. You can cycle around the river or slow things down, like taking a walk around Virginia Lake, or even getting out on the river and experiencing something new. There's something special about Whanganui's culture. One second you're at work, the next you're out creating a new life experience for yourself. Living here, you'll find that sense of community real quick. On the weekends, you might grab a coffee with workmates, go wandering around the local markets for fresh food, or check out one of the local artists' latest pieces. You might even take a short drive out to the beach, get a fire going, and watch the sunset. It's the kind of place where work and life actually feel balanced. Less time in traffic, more time doing what you enjoy.
Kia ora, I'm Te Raimana, a PGY1 doctor here in Whanganui. And when it comes to work, Whanganui Hospital is a place where you're supported but also challenged to grow. From early on, we've had access to a wide range of opportunities, including roles you might not usually get this soon as junior doctors. You get hands-on experience and real responsibility, which is a steep learning curve but builds your confidence quickly. The team here is close-knit. Being a smaller hospital, doctors, nurses, everyone, you get to know them well, and the people here generally want to see you do well. Senior doctors are approachable, and they take the time to teach and support you. As junior doctors, we're actively involved in patient care, assessing, making decisions, and following things through. We also get time in clinics and theatre, so you're constantly building your skills with the right support around you. The way we work is grounded in our local values. Aroha, looking out for each other, kotahitanga, working together as one team, manakitanga, caring for our patients and one another, tino rangatiratanga, being trusted and empowered in what we do.
Whanganui isn't just somewhere you come to work, it's a place where you create your lifestyle, find community and see real growth. Erere kau mai te awa nui, mai I te kāhui maunga ki Tangaroa. Ko au te awa, ko te awa ko au.
Nō reira, ka tira tēnā rā tātou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Just to start with is our waka model that represents kind of how we approach our care here at Whanganui Hospital. Essentially, it encompasses us as doctors and health professionals boarding the waka with patients, whānau and other staff members, all working together as one to guide people to better health outcomes. So that's just to kind of set the scene. And then as mentioned in the video, these are our values that guide all of our work here at Whanganui Hospital. So aroha, the value of love and respect and empathy and demonstrating compassion and non-judgmental relationships. And that's with each other as colleagues and with our patients. Kotahitanga, the value of unity and vision sharing, where we collaborate with other people. Manaakitanga, showing respect, support and caring, again, to all of our colleagues and to our patients and whānau as well. And tino rangatiratanga, the value of self-determination, where we're empowering individuals and whānau choice, but also we see a lot of that in how we're encouraged to lead in our own positions as doctors. Whanganui Hospital, so we're on the west coast of the Lower North Island, and we have a population of approximately 48,000 people, and we have quite a large population of Māori and Pacific whānau. Our hospital has 172 beds, and I didn't actually confirm the number of PGY1s, but I think in the last couple of years we've had 12 positions every year for first year doctors to come work with us. We do have mostly a consultant house officer team base, but with registrars in most services now, and a building base of those. So we have registrars, a full team in surgery, orthopedics, some in medicine, and then some in O&G as well. We have different runs in year 1 and year 2. So PGY1 generally is general medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, and then our stroke rehab and geriatrics ward. So that's kind of made up of a mix of all of those. And then year 2, there's runs that include O&G, pediatrics, ED, community or GP, which is typically at a GP clinic locally. I don't think we do the ambulance run anymore. Okay. So just GP now, psychiatry, anaesthetics, and a relief run. And so just a bit about what it's like, I guess, working and living in Whanganui. I guess the video, we've tried to encompass a lot of what that looks like. So working in the hospital itself, you work very closely with SMOs. So we've built great relationships with them where we do like a lot of learning and we can get a lot of teaching from them. There's a lot of opportunities to learn here through tutorials, run specific teaching and on-the-job experience ranging from clinics, theatre, procedures that are happening on the wards, or just extra teaching done in handovers, things like that. There's a huge emphasis on cultural involvement and training here in Whanganui. So when you come here, which you would have seen at the beginning of the video, everyone goes through a 2-day course called Hapai Te Hui, which focuses on providing kind of insight and knowledge around the local people here in Whanganui, and then kind of reinforcing that waka model of what it's like to board a waka and work together. And on the second day of that course, you're taken onto the awa and you go for a waka trip together. We also have a great Homoana team of Māori liaison navigators who support our patients and whānau, but also provide a lot of support to us as doctors. So they're kind of always the people that are looking out and making sure you've had lunch or had a break, or they'll make you a hot drink if you need it. And always there if you need a 5-minute rant. There is a great culture between junior and senior doctors. We've got a great group of juniors here who are we're all building really great relationships with and support each other a lot. Whether you're on one service, there's generally people willing to help out on other services as well. But great relationships both with registrars and SMOs. You work really closely with both, so you're kind of forced into good relationships with them early on, which is great for mentorship and kind of guidance on if you're interested in a pathway or interested in maximising your learning on runs. There's free parking at the hospital, which I think is one of the biggest ones, and I always plug that. There's opportunity to do various rotations earlier, for example, paediatrics and anaesthetics. it's a very friendly place to work. That was one thing I noticed coming from a larger hospital to here, is that everyone gets to know who you are. Everyone will stop in the corridor and want to catch up on kind of what's going on for you and how things are going. And everyone actually genuinely cares about you and making sure that you're looked after, which I think is a big plus, particularly in those first couple of years where you're adjusting and kind of getting on your feet, and everything's quite overwhelming. So if you've got people around that care about you, it's a great thing to have. And I think just another thing, a lot of people consider going to a regional hospital, but aren't really too sure what one, and not a lot of people know about Whanganui, but it's a really, really cool place to come if you are considering a regional hospital. And that's, I guess, to do with the hospital, but also the place itself. So as you saw in the video, there's lots of outdoor activities here. Hiking, the mountains are really close. There's beaches, so you can go surfing or swimming. Lots of water sports, everything from wakaama to rowing, kayaking, and lots of other sports to do as well. Cycleways. I've already touched on the beaches. We have great weather all year round. I always find this a really timely time to do this talk because May, generally it's getting cold and we're getting colder nights, but our days are still getting up to 20 degrees or early 20s, which is awesome. A very friendly and welcoming community, particularly outside of the hospital as well. There's lots of clubs, sports clubs, art clubs, all sorts, and people are really welcoming into those communities, and really great food, restaurants, cafes, etc. And also another thing of note is that Whanganui is really close to a lot of places, so it's really accessible to go away for weekends away to Taranaki or Taupo, Hawke's Bay, Wellington, the mountains. A lot of people will go away on their 4-day weekends with their RDOs, or even just their 2-day weekends as well. So yeah.
PGY1 currently general medicine, so a typical day starts around 8 o'clock and you do your handovers, and then you do your ward rounds and then do all your jobs in the afternoon. So pretty much similar as to when you're a training intern, when you're on gym ed, same structure, and then most days finish around 4 o'clock. And sometimes if you have a high patient load or the work is busy, you can stay a bit later. From personal experience, I've never stayed like sort of past 5:30ish. And lots of the days I get to go home on time. And then usually sort of when I get off work, which go for like, I'm a distance runner, so I go for a lot of runs around the river. It's like absolutely beautiful and it's really flat. And Whanganui is really windy, so if you're into running, that's like really good for that. And probably like once a week or twice a week, you would do the long days, which start at 7:30 in the morning. You take a handover from the night RMOs and then sort of carry on throughout the day as per usual, but you're also carrying the pagers. So you'll be attending all the medical emergencies. And when you're on a long day, once you get past 4 o'clock, you'll be also doing admissions, which is when you go see patients individually in the ED. You're clerking them, seeing them, making your diagnosis, and coming up with a plan. Usually there's already a pre-existing impression and plan from the ED, but you're also double checking that, and you have a consultant on the other end confirming those plans with you. And on some of the days you might get a registrar, which you can also ask questions to them directly, and the bosses are really accessible. And I found that part of the clinical experience really helpful, and which is something you also don't get in a lot of bigger hospitals, as they'll send the registrars to do those clerking. So it's actually really helpful when you're a junior to sort of develop that clinical reasoning ability. Yeah, when we've been here for a few months, yes, until PGY2.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. My day, I mean, that's what my day sort of like on medicine. My day now, I'm on my pediatrics run. So that starts at 8 a.m. with meeting the SMOs on the ward, and we do our ward round. So we have the general peds ward, and we also have a special care baby unit. So we see the babies there. And then generally my day looks like taking care of jobs for the ward kids, but we also have a pediatric assessment unit. So we have children come in from the community for bloods or reviews and assessment. So there's normally a few kids each day that we're reviewing for that. And then occasionally get calls from maternity to review babies over there, and then admissions from ED as well. So it's quite a varied day. Some days more full on than others. Other days are quite relaxed as well. There's lots of time to kind of do extra learning and help other colleagues out. Maternity is close by, so we often help each other out. Yeah, that's kind of what my day looks like.
Yeah, pretty similar to Riley's experience on peds. I'm on maternity O&G at the moment. So we start at 8 o'clock. We start off on the maternity ward, get a handover from the midwives overnight on what's gone on in the ward. And then we go on the ward round. If there's gynae patients, sometimes there are, we can see them as well. And then after that, we kind of just get on with the jobs. The cool thing about O&G in Whanganui is that you often get to be the first assist in a lot of operations. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely look into coming here, because I've had many opportunities to be the first assist in emergency Caesars and laparoscopic surgeries. So it's been really good to learn from that. And yeah, you're working with consultants close by. So fantastic opportunity, really. Maternity, some days are good, some days are bad, but most of the time we get out of here by 4. And yeah, we work closely with the pediatrics team as well, and like to help each other out when we need to. So yeah, it's a lovely run, maternity O&G.
I know you mentioned that there's lots of opportunities for learning and so on. Do you want to touch a bit about if there's any sort of protective teaching that's available and when that is?
Yes, we get protected teaching time formalised every Tuesday and Thursday for an hour at lunch, or over the lunchtime period between 12:15 and 1:15. And those are like various tutorials from a lot of different people, largely doctors from every area of the hospital, but also allied health, the home liner team kind of give us tutorials as well, and really quite open, and we can request anything that we feel we would like. And some really cool ones that we've had some EDSMOs teach us lots about ultrasounds, and so we're having like more hands-on teaching like that. And then I believe in medicine you have the radiology meeting every Friday. I don't know if they may have changed the day, but that's like pretty much an hour of radiology teaching every week. And then other runs like O&G, there's CTG teaching on Wednesdays. And yeah, if you're communicating to your bosses, they're always willing to do stuff. And I think on surgical, they also have protected teaching from the registrar once a week.
Okay, so just a reminder to our attendees, maybe if you joined a little bit late, you do have the opportunity to ask any questions and you can have them answered by our wonderful, experienced panelists. There is a Q&A icon above your screen, or you can use the chat box. So if there's anything that wasn't covered off this afternoon, and you would like to ask that question, you can go ahead. In terms of the ACE application process and the ranking and selection part of it, what is it that you're looking for in an applicant?
The cover letter is always good. It's always good to have one that's about Whanganui, that you want to actually come to Whanganui. And just up-to-date CV. That's pretty much, what we're looking for. We rank them, if you've got a tie to Whanganui, that's always great. But we're always looking for doctors that want to come somewhere special.
Great, thank you. And do you encourage them to contact you if you wish, or to arrange a visit if they're in the area? Or
Yep, we're more than welcome to have them come and visit if they'd like to. And you can email me and I can get back to you with any sort of questions you do have in the future.
Perfect. And just to follow on from that, there is the district contact details that are available on the ACE RMO website. So if you would like to get in touch with the RMO unit directly, and then also if you do have any queries with regards to the application process as such, I am your go-to. So I'm happy to support you through that process. So we're coming towards the end of our session. Is there any last comments that you would like to share, or potentially any advice that you would like to give our soon-to-be graduates that are going through this process?
Regards to leave, we just actually were chatting earlier, the three of us have never had any trouble getting our leave approved. Our roster guy is very accommodating, really keen to always make sure that we get the leave if we'd like it, and normally it reasonably, even if it's kind of late notice, he works really hard to get us that leave. So I actually haven't heard anyone who's struggled to get leave, which I think is a big plus. And then kind of supports in place. There's various supports that you can get here. You've obviously got your formalised supports with your clinical supervisor and your pre-vocational supervisor, but there's lots of informal supports that you end up gaining as well. We have this year implemented like a mentorship where like a PGY1 is matched with a PGY2 as like a direct contact for any like run specific questions or any like support questions and, needing navigating, or just need to catch up and have a chat. But also you end up building such good relationships with registrars and SMOs that you can reach out to them and catch up with them and kind of just have a general chat. I've got a couple SMOs that I reach out to personally who have been a massive support the last couple of years. And I think that's just a testament to the kind of relationships you're able to build here. And then again, the Home Moana team are always happy to be reached out to if you need just a little bit of extra support.
Yes, if you're like interested in like a surgical specialty, having the rural experience for like up to 3 to 4 years definitely adds points to your CV scoring as well. So that's something you're thinking about.
Yeah, I think to round it all out, like as I spoke about earlier, a lot of people are considering going to a regional hospital, particularly for the point of wanting to get kind of more hands-on experience earlier on. And I do believe that this is probably one of the best places to be for that. I think, we've got pretty much every crucial service, but they're still in very much a general scope. And when they need more specialised services, when it's quite urgent, they get transferred to a tertiary level hospital. But like this place, you get such a wide range of experience and everyone's keen for you to be a part of that. And I think it's a great place to be.
Well, I couldn't think of a better way to end the session. So again, a huge thank you for being here this evening and sharing all this information. And again, to our attendees as well. Also, just to note that for those that weren't able to join online, this will be uploaded to the ACE RMO YouTube channel. Thoroughly enjoyed this afternoon, so thank you so much. And I'm going to hand over back to you, Ned. Thank you, to close us off with a karakia.
Very good. Look, just want to say thank you to you and all those listening. And if I were you, I would come here.
Yeah.
But anyway, have a good evening or good morning or good whatever, wherever you are. And we'll close this off for the evening. E rongo hei wakari ake ki runga ai, turu iti wakamaua ki a tina au mea ui e tae ki he. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you.